All right, for my vocal video this week, going from Patsy Rdnbrg's book, The Need for Words, the exercise is tell a story when you felt very present and alive. This is a universal story that will engage a similar response in all of us and generally leads to imagery and heightened language. Well, we shall see. I thought up a story. So this happened to me in high school, probably my graduating year, where I and a bunch of students, all led by teachers, went on a camping trip to Lake Louise, to Banff National Park. And there's various things that happened. I got heat exhaustion. I didn't drink enough water, and I almost passed out. Indeed, I had a kind of a bit of an altered state where I ended up waking up in a cabin in a bed, not realizing. But that's not the story. That's not the story, because this is about feeling the most present and alive. And the experience was that we climbed to the very top of one of these Geesley High peaks in Banff National Park. It was just super high up. And the particular part of the hike, that hike that I remember, it wasn't a part of the hike that I was standing on 2 feet, but was where I was on all fours climbing up this shale covered side of the mountain. And it was slowly edging up this loose shale, and you would put your hands on these little fist-sized rocks and go up and go up, and then everything would just slide you down, and then you'd go up and you'd go up again, and you'd look down, and it was like there was like the whole mountain was below you. I was so super high up. I was I was just clutching onto these rocks for dear life, and then moving up and moving up. And it was like, and by the time I realized, like, holy shit, what the fuck am I doing? I was in the middle. It was like, if I go down, it's going to be dangerous. I have to go up. I have to just keep on going up. So kept on going, kept on sliding down, kept on going up, kept on sliding down. It was like, oh my God, it's one of these things where you are in this moment and you were thinking about nothing else other than, I fucking do not want to die. It's like one of these things, like you feel like if you lean like this, you're just going to tumble and you're just going to fall and die. It's like, what the hell were the teachers thinking? I don't know. Maybe I was being neurotic. Maybe it wasn't as dangerous as it felt, but holy crap. In that moment, I seriously thought I was going to die. But nevertheless, we kept on climbing. The people in front of me were kind of knocking stuff down onto me. I was knocking stuff down onto everyone else. We were all terrified. At least all the students were, I think, terrified. But what? We finally made it. We finally got past this to the top of this high mountain and stood up, panting, exhausted, sweating, aching. And I looked out across this thing where it was like you were looking down at the entire world. It felt like the entire world was spread out before you. I was this tiny little insignificant flea on the top of this gigantic mountain. And you're looking out, and there's the massive ranges of the thing. There's the ice. I think you could look across at ice fields going off. Ice fields that are probably mostly melted by now because this happened like 30 years ago. And it was like, I am here. I am alive. And that is the story of me feeling the most alive and present in a moment. Yeah. That would be it. So yes. That is the little exercise that Patsy Rdnbrg wanted us to do. Is that something where this universal story that will engage a similar response in all of us generally leads to imagery and heightened language? I don't know if there was imagery in there. I guess no. Hey, I was a tick on top of this gigantic mountain. And she goes on, one of the more recent signs that is appearing in my work in the corporate sector, because this is very much, Patsy Rdnbrg's gone, hey, maybe I shouldn't market to penniless actors. Maybe I should market to rich business people who can write this off as a tax expense, that is leaders asking for more humanizing in their language. They might be good at data, but they know that engagement comes with this type of language and an ability to tell universal stories. HR departments that want to work more effectively in helping staff also are requesting this work, which is sort of the evil, nefarious thing of this, of you have corporations whose very goals are not humanistic, but wanting to cloak themselves in humanizing language, which I think that's you selling your soul, Patsy Rdnbrg, for the evil side of things. I don't know. There's very much of like you're putting lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. That kind of feel that I get from some of her language there. I'm not an evil corporation, at least, though I am trying to put lipstick on my clunky efforts to communicate. All right. So yeah, maybe I'm not one who should talk. All right. I have been Jay. This has been my vocal video for this week. More videos later.